Hello true believers, welcome to my channel Mr. Miracle Comics. My name is Dave and today we have 50 of my favorite comics to take a look at. Alright, so a lot of people, a lot of content creators around the comic book community have been doing top 50 videos. So here is 50 of my favorite books from my collection. I am not going to talk about any of these books for any length of time, otherwise we'll have a 10-hour video, so we're going to go through this pretty quick, but here is 50 of my favorite books from my collection. Alright, so starting off, Star Trek #1, Gold Key Classic. Now, I'm a bigger Star Wars fan, but I like Star Trek. I mean, how could you not like a show where a giant hand reaches out and grabs the ship in space? Like Next Generation as well. Generally just like science fiction. Strange Tales #107. Great Jack Kirby cover, really early appearance of the Submariner in Marvel Comics, as well as the Human Torch. Alright. Transformers #1. Yeah, gotta have this in your collection if you're, was in this era of collection. I remember buying this right off the spinner rack when I was a kid. Alright. G.I. Joe #1. Self-explanatory, right? Big tattoo there. Alright. Mr. A #1. So this is the first independently published comic book by Steve Ditko. Mr. A is a comic book character he created. This book was only available in New York. Distributed, I think it had 30,000 issues distributed in 1974. This is a near mint copy. I am unbelievably blown away that I got a copy of this particular book in such good condition. So there was a good one. Secret Wars #1, and of course you got to have multiples of those guys, right? Including a Canadian price variant. First appearance of Red Sonja, Conan 23 and 24. I don't really count unless you have both of her cameo and first as a first. All right, Strange Tales #114. First cameo appearance of Steve Rogers as Captain America in the Silver Age, and Steve Rogers, Captain America, does appear in a flashback in this issue, so that's a cameo, I would think. A lot of people will kind of get on that one. Alright, G.I. Joe #21, silent issue. Right, gotta have multiple copies, including a Canadian price variant, and a newsstand, and a direct edition. Alright, first appearance of Snake Eyes, right there. First appearance of Storm Shadow. Alright, Marvel Super Special Magazine #16 has a lot of first Star Wars appearances in it. If you guys have been watching my channel at all, you'll know I'm a big Star Wars fan. That brings us to this one, Star Wars Jedi Mace Windu. It has the first appearance of Asajj Ventress in it. If you're a Clone Wars fan, you'll know who Asajj Ventress is. One of my favorite Star Wars characters. There's another Star Wars book, Kanan the Last Padawan, #6. Right, that's been a hot book for a little while. It's one we spec'd on, but it got hot later, which is Kanan the Last Padawan #1. I have the variant edition here as well as the blank cover edition. Alright, some of these books I like just because they were really good specs that I had on my channel. Vengeance #1, first appearance of the American Chavez. When we spec'd on this book, that was a $20 book back then. Certainly gone up in price a lot there. Marvel Now .1. There's another book we spec'd on a long time ago. I know I paid 30 bucks for that book. Certainly seen a great big rise in price. Incredible Hulk #449. Another spec book that I had that you could have gotten cheap if you had picked it up when I spec'd on it. You have certainly seen a big price rise. Right. Of course, I like some of these books just because I was like, yeah, I nailed that one on my spec book. Anyway, The Amazing Spider-Man 238, first appearance of the Hobgoblin. My copy has the tattoos included. Very nice copy of that book. Star Wars #42, gotta have that Boba Fett appearance. Commandy, the Last Boy on Earth #1, beautiful mint condition copy. It doesn't even look like this book's ever even been read. Love this cover, one of my favorite Jack Kirby covers, so definitely Commandy #1. There's another book that we spec'd on for my channel that really got hot. Young Avengers #1, right? Lots of first appearances in that one. Makes it a great modern day book to have in your collection. Here's another book that I really like. DC Comics Presents number 47. One of my only slabs. It's a PGX slab, but you know what, man? You can find some really, really good deals if you're looking, if you just get the PGX slab on it. A good thing about PGX is at least I know it's in that near mint range, and at least I know it hasn't been, you know, tampered with or anything like that, right? So they would have listed that, or obvious stuff at least. What their grading scale is, or how they grade, is subjective, I know, but I still think, you know, you can find some really good deals on PGX stuff, and it gives you a little bit of peace of mind about whether it's been tampered with or not anyway. All right, continuing on our list, Adam, Legend of the Blue Marble, number 1, first appearance of the Blue Marble. Love this as a modern spec book. That book's taken off too. I only paid $80 for that guy. All right, from the Bronze Age, Conan the Barbarian, number 1. I'm a big Conan fan. I've been collecting it up. I'm pretty close to finishing the first 100 issues of that one. So here we have Amazing Spider-Man number 33, one of my favorite all-time Steve Ditko covers. I'm really glad they paid homage to that issue in the movies. It was such a great issue, and really, you know, just really opened up the character of Spider-Man, gave you a really good piece of his psychology, and just love that cover. Anyway, continuing on, She-Hulk number 1. We all know there's a streaming property coming on that one, so it's good to get that one into your collection before it got too hot. Star Wars, Heir to the Empire, first appearance of Thrawn. Thrawn is going to be in a streaming show as well. That was another book that we spec'd on back before it got too hot. Here we have Thor 168, part of Galactus's origin story. Love that cover as well, Kirby cover. Great book from Thor. Of course, can't go wrong with Mr. Miracle number 1, first appearance of Mr. Miracle. Kind of have a little thing for this character. All right. Fantastic Four, King Size Special number 6, first appearance of Annihilus, first appearance of, what's his name? Richards the Kid. Darn it, it's escaping my head. All right, continuing on the list, Amazing Spider-Man number 20. First appearance of the Scorpion. Franklin Richards, thank you. Okay, first appearance of the Scorpion. Yeah, this is a great book. Really nice copy that I have. Never been cleaned or pressed, but if I cleaned and pressed it, I'm sure she would press up into the 7s. All right. Fantastic Four number 11. First appearance of the Impossible Man. I love that character. He's a great, fun character, I thought, for the books. Tales of Suspense number 50, first appearance of the Mandarin. There's a book we spec'd on a long time ago on my channel. This book, of course, since the movie announcement and that the Mandarin was a villain, has gotten super duper hot, man. So glad to have that one when I bought it. Brave and the Bold number 54, first appearance of the Teen Titans. Gotta love that old Silver Age first Teen Titans, guys. Silver Surfer number 4, super classic cover. Love the Rainbow Bridge Silver Surfer Thor fight right on the front there. Definitely a great book to have. Fantastic Four, annual number 2, origin story of Doctor Doom. Right, don't have a copy of Fantastic Four number 5, so I figured picking up his origin story was a good idea. Action Comics number 254. First appearance of Superman Bizarro. So if you know anything about the Bizarro character, his first appearance in Superboy 68, that's Superboy Bizarro, who dies in that issue and is never seen in an original story again. I think that just a couple flashbacks to that story in 2 other issues. This is the first appearance of Superman Bizarro, the guy that becomes Superman's villain for the next 60 years in comic books, right? So this is the Bizarro we all know. This is Superman Bizarro, right? Very undervalued issue in my opinion, but this is the true first appearance of Bizarro that we know in comics. So love that book. Star Wars number 1, right? Lots of first appearances. That's gotten to be a hot book. Prince Namor, the Submariner number 1. I am only 2 issues away from completing my Bronze Silver Age run of Submariner. Amazing Spider-Man number 15. This book has gotten super hot since they just announced the casting of that character. Fantastic Four, number 10. Love this book. Third appearance of Doctor Doom. First time Stan Lee and Jack Kirby appear together in a Marvel comic. And even Doctor Doom interacts with Jack Kirby in this book. Great book to have. I think was one of the books we spec'd on way back. So it's definitely seen a nice rise in value in the last couple of years. All right, Challengers of the Unknown, number 3. This is the last series that Jack Kirby was working on before he went to Marvel and started up with Fantastic Four. Number 1. This book is basically the prototype of the Fantastic Four. So here in this book, our team, the Challengers, send Rocky, the lovable tough guy, into space. He gains powers like flame manipulation, the ability to turn invisible. Very interesting that, yeah, he's bombarded by cosmic rays to get all this. So there's a lot of backstory that matches up with the Fantastic Four. This was the last book that Kirby was working on at DC before he left. So it kind of makes sense that he wanted to, really continue on with that. And, with the help of Stan Lee, they really fleshed out and made the Fantastic Four. All right, so keep going. Amazing Spider-Man, number 5. First time Doctor Doom shows up in a comic book outside of the Fantastic Four. Really nice copy that I own here. Love that book. Thor, the Mighty Thor, number 165. First appearance of him, right? Well, of him as a person, him. All right. And you definitely want to have this book to go along with that, and that's Fantastic Four 67. First appearance of the Cocoon with him in it. All right. Flash, number 123, The Flash of Two Worlds. Definitely a great book to have in your collection. A little bit of writing on the cover there, a little bit of staining, but this is not a cheap book on most days, and I think a little bit overlooked. This is one of those books that's like one of the ends of the Golden Age, one of the signals there. I mean, literally, the Golden Age Flash in this book says, the golden age of superheroes is over. It's time for new heroes, right? Like, he says it. He says, first time golden age is said. Anyway, here we keep continuing on. Silver Surfer, number 1 from his own series. I'd love having that book in your collection. Bought that up quite a while ago. Get some big ones here. Fantastic Four, number 48. First appearance of Silver Surfer, first cameo appearance of Galactus. So you can all see my tattoo here. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Ooh. Galactus tattoo. So obviously I'm a big Galactus fan. So that brings us to Fantastic Four 49. Of course, you got to have his first full appearance right there. And finish that trilogy off with number 50. And of course, to round out our 50 comics, The Amazing Spider-Man, number 129. Really nice copy of that one that I paid $150 for so many years ago. But yeah, definitely was one of those books that I really, really wanted in my collection when I had it. Whew. So that's been 50 books, 50 of my favorite. Obviously, I've got quite a few books. It was tough to pick just 50. If you ask me on another day, I might pick a different 50. Certainly some of them would cross over. I hope that, you guys have enjoyed a little bit of a look at my comic book collection, my personal comic book collection, and that you keep watching and liking videos. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. It really, really helps me out when you subscribe. All right, so this has been my top 50 favorite comic books. And this has been Mr. Miracle Comics, just reminding you, Wednesdays might be new comic book days, but every day is old comic book day. All right. This has been Mr. Miracle. We'll see you next video.